why Sigma mills are more attractive than Sigma mills. Stay tuned.
It has been 8 months since my guide on how to get rich in Athios has taken the world by storm. I've noticed great amounts in voting increases, and many people I have run into at school and work have thanked me gratefully for teaching them how to get some credits to finally afford Ghost now, cause it is now 200 credits bro. I understand not all of us can be as intelligent and cunning as myself, so in this video I will be giving some of you some new tips on how to navigate the Athios economy in 2021 and accumulate wealth, not just money. First off, many of my talking points in the first video have been discredited. Somehow, the staff members found my first video and have reached out in my direct messages in order to file a cease and desist letter. However, I faced them in court by myself and soloed their whole squad. In response, they have tampered with the economy to nullify many of the tips I have shared, which is a little frustrating, but as Stephen Hawking has said, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. And I am intelligence. First off, with the introduction of boosters, we can now create a new unit of conversion for credit to US dollars, since there were previously no ways to gain extra credits. And secondly, some of the strategies I introduced in the video have been recently patched. While voting and not killing yourself are still good ways to become rich, after running multiple statistical analyses and confidence intervals as well as some chi-square analysis, it appears that using your voting trial to buy a kit then immediately sell it actually does not work. I just recently took Advanced Placement Computer Science A, which led me to discover, after many months of research, that integer variables do not store decimal values. Hopefully with my expert experience I can continue to delve deeper into the game's code and find a way to get around this issue. I will keep you all up to date on Discord, Pinterest, Facebook and Flickr. Anyways, with that said, let's dive into some new features recently introduced on Athios. I will be dividing this video into two parts, where I will first address the new conversion system available to us, then go into depth on some money-making strategies in the second part. Boosters have allowed us to convert real-world in real-life US dollars to the Athios credit cryptocurrency. As of June 10, 2021 at 12:42 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, boosters come in two available tiers, Tier 1 and 2. Tier 1 boosters give 2 bonus credits per game to all players for an hour with the cost of $2.50, while Tier 2 boosters give 4 bonus credits per game to all players for an hour, with the cost of $4. For this scenario, I will be focusing on the Tier 2 booster, as after some simple calculus, it becomes clear that it is a better deal. But already, we can see that Athios is in a deep economic depression compared to Red Warfare, especially since the potential credits gained per dollar seems exponentially smaller. But as Twitter user LittleClown18 has stated, you gotta act broke to get rich. That's how we stay living, and you can tell he does the same based on the fact he is using Twitter for Android. Gotta give them some respect for keeping it 100. So let's do some math. We first must find the fastest potential way to get credits, in order to determine the greatest possible credit per hour rate possible. For 1 whole hour you get 4 bonus credits per game. But which game should we use the booster on, you may ask? With the introduction of disasters, boosters are now applicable in both game mods, meaning we should first calculate which game mode is the most efficient for becoming a millionaire. Since the booster is applied regardless of win or loss, we must find the fastest way to end games. For search and destroy, there are many factors that can influence the time it takes for a game to complete. However, for disasters, this issue is non-existent. With every game spanning 3 minutes and 10 seconds, credit gain is based upon the amount of time you have survived for. However, you only gain 1 credit approximately every minute you survive. But a thought appeared in my mind thanks to the stimulation of various lobes within the cortical, limbic and primitive brain regions, subdivisions created by the developmental scientific approach to psychology. Would you still gain the bonus credits if the game ended before you gain any credits? I decided to ask staff member Wokes about the matter, and after some fierce debate we came to the conclusion that it was indeed possible to gain booster credits before a minute has passed. So with that established, we now must find the fastest way to end games in disasters. Since /suicide does not give you any credits, we must commit suicide through other means. The most reliable method that me and my research team have found is jumping off the edge of the map, into the void, once the game starts. After every game, there is about 15 seconds of fireworks, then 30-second lobby wait time for the next game. Killing yourself in the void takes approximately 10 seconds on average. With that in mind, we can now find the highest possible credit gain possible, and create our new standard for conversion. So 1 hour of booster duration is equal to 60 minutes of booster. This is equal to 3,600 seconds. With that, we can calculate the number of games possible within that time frame, by dividing 3,600 by the time it takes for one game to end, 55 seconds. And our result is 65.4545454545 games possible with a booster. This is rounded down to 65 games. So 65 games times 4 credits is equal to 260 credits. Incredible. And that is just 260 credits in 1 hour. If you were to dedicate just one day of your time to farming credits, you could get 6,240 credits, and it would only cost you $96. This is a pretty good business deal. But how does this convert into the real world? We just take 260 credits and divide it by $4, and we get 65 credits per dollar, which is also equal to 1 credit equals $0.015. That is 1.5 pennies, which is absolutely huge. Compared to Red Warfare's standard, Athios' conversion of credit gained to US dollars spent may seem much larger. However, in my last video, I didn't account for lifetime VIP, which breaks the whole system because technically somebody could continue to benefit from boosted profits forever if they dedicate their whole life to getting credits like their name is Ratsmax, the richest man on Red Warfare. Now that we've established our standard for our currency, let's get into some money-making strategies. Since boosters require real money at a much higher rate than VIP on Red Warfare, we introduce a new problem into the equation, generating wealth in real life. Before we could just ask our moms for lifetime VIP and enjoy bonus credits without stress, but now we cannot do that. The following strategies will vary from normal, insane and epic. Okay, so for the normal level strategy, you must simply buy a tier 2 booster whenever it is possible, and use it at a time when no one is online, so you can play disasters by yourself. From there, you can spend the next hour committing suicide and generating large profits in the game mode known as disasters. For the insane level strategy, you must take advanced placement computer science A as a prerequisite, to create a fully functioning robot which can automatically commit suicide in disasters, apply boosters, copy your speech patterns in case people become suspicious of your legitimacy, and automatically dose any other players who attempt to play with you, if necessary. This strategy requires some IQ and knowledge, however with AP Computer Science completed, it should be relatively simple. The problems with the previously mentioned strategies, is the barrier made by the need to supply real-world currency frequently. However, this next strategy involves ways to generate real-world and in-game wealth simultaneously. But I will preface the epic level strategy with the warning. This is not for everyone. If you do not wish to sacrifice all that you have to become rich, now is your time to turn back. You may lose friends, family and even your dentist if you walk this path. As of June 10, 2021, 1:34 a.m., it appears that California has one of the highest minimum wages, approaching $14 for establishments with more than 25 employees. If you do the math, That is approximately 3.5 Tier 2 boosters you can buy per hour working at a McDonald's, Burger King or an In-N-Out. Since boosters each last an hour, in order to supply enough boosters for a whole week, you must buy 168 Tier 2 boosters. In order to be able to afford enough boosters to last you the duration of the whole week, you would thus need to work around 48 hours a week, which isn't bad for a full-time job. It's just 6.857 hours per day. Would you rather work an office job at a desk all day or make millions flipping burgers? That is what separates boys from men. Or girls from women. With this money, you can now afford to buy boosters every single hour of the day. With the help of your robot that you have built, you can now generate credits 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52.1429 weeks a year. While in the beginning, it may be rough, as you must buy food, water and housing. After working a little extra for a few days, you will be able to afford Kit Ghost again in no time. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful, and make sure to subscribe for more OP tips. And remember to not tell any staff members about this video, because if they find this they will probably patch these issues too. If you are a staff member watching this video, you will now forget you even saw this, and you will give me 90 credit and some Tier 2 boosters. You are being hypnotized. You are hypnotized. Okay, you are not hypnotized anymore and you will forget that you watched this video. Hypnosis over.